Special forces are military units that have been trained to carry out special, often secretive, and sometimes dangerous operations. Depending on the country, these missions can include everything from covert ops to counter-terrorism. So who are the best of the best? From the Huntsmen Corps to the British SAS, here are 5 of the most elite special forces in the world. Before we begin, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos every day. With that being said, let's begin. Number 5. Huntsmen Corps, Danish Special Forces. The Huntsmen Corps, also known as the Jaeger Corps, is a Royal Danish Army Special Forces unit from Aalborg Air Base. If you want to be one of the best, then this Special Forces unit is the one you'd want to be part of. It was first formed in 1785 as the Hunter Corps of Zealand, but underwent several name changes over the years. It became the Huntsmen Corps in 1961 and has trained over 350 soldiers between 1961 and 2009. Even though it has been around for hundreds of years, it wasn't until 1995 that elite trained soldiers were deployed on their first mission. It was time to put their training and hard work to the test. A 6-man team, Task Force K-Bar, was sent on a counter-sniper reconnaissance mission to Sarajevo in Bosnia. For their efforts as part of a joint special forces group in Afghanistan, the Huntsmen Corps received the Presidential Unit Citation in 2004. If you think you've clocked up enough hours on your gaming console to fancy yourself a special forces expert, then think again. You would be amazed at what it takes to actually become involved in an elite special forces team, such as the Huntsmen Corps. You must be both physically and mentally fit. The first stage covers 5 days of learning what you must get better at, such as swimming and orienteering. You then move on to training and evaluation, followed by an 8-week patrol course. If you manage to excel in this grueling training course, you then move on to the aspirant course, which is all about learning and pushing your physical limitations. Those who master the aspirant course will then complete 2 weeks of parachuting and 2 weeks of combat swimming. Today, the Huntsmen Corps consists of 150 soldiers with experience in parachuting, infiltration, sabotage, counter-terrorism, surveillance, demolitions, and more. They model much of their programs on those of the British SAS and often train with both them and US Navy SEALs. Number 4. Indian Marcos. While you may not have heard of the Indian Marcos, that doesn't mean they're a special forces unit you'd want to underestimate. The Indian Marcos, also known as Marine Commandos or Marcos, is a special operations unit that works as part of a Tri-Series Armed Forces Special Operations Division. Marcos has been around since the late 1980s and can undertake all manner of missions, be it on the sea, on the land, or in the sky. However, they specialize in maritime operations. Marcos has around 2,000 personnel, but accurate numbers are classified information. What you can know, however, is that training is so strict that pre-training applicant selection excludes up to 80% of applications and selected personnel within 3 days. Anyone considered for the Marcos has to come from the Indian Navy and must be in their early 20s. The 2-year recruitment process incorporates airborne operations, counter-terrorism, anti-piracy, anti-hijacking, combat diving, unconventional warfare training, and more. The first step to joining the Indian Marcos is 3 days of physical fitness testing and an aptitude test. After 80% of applications are screened out, the remaining 20% will go through what's referred to as Hell's Week, which is not dissimilar to what the US Navy SEALs do for their recruits. From sleep deprivation to physical exercise, Marcos leaves no stone unturned in ensuring they choose the best people for the job. Only around 2% of applicants will make it past this point. The entire training process can take around 3 years, with everything from weaponry to warfare, intelligence, anti-terrorism, commando skills, and skydiving covered in the program. The dropout rate is around 90%, and those who make it through to becoming part of this elite special forces unit will well and truly deserve to be there. After all, who would go through all that and not be capable of protecting their country? In 2017, they rescued an Indian bulk carrier ship from pirates in the Gulf of Aden. Marcos has also been known to fight alongside the Indian Army, such as during the 1999 Kargil War. Number 3. J.W. Grom. J.W. Grom, which is named in honor of the Home Army and Silent Unseen from World War II, is a premier special forces unit from Poland. Such is their accuracy, precision, and skill set that soldiers within J.W. Grom are often referred to as the surgeons. They boast surgical abilities, extensive medical training, and are even modeled on NATO Tier 1 units such as Delta Force from the United States. It won't take you long to realize why J.W. Grom appears on the list of the 5 most elite special forces in the world. They are a group of highly trained soldiers who are ready for almost anything. They were established in 1990 and have been deployed in anti-terrorist operations, unconventional warfare, special services, and enemy line force. In 2002, a 40-man team from JW Grom was deployed for Afghanistan for the 2003 invasion of Iraq. While they were integral to this operation, they weren't on their own. JW Grom formed part of the Naval Special Operations Task Group, which included U.S. Navy SEALs, U.S. PSYOPs, Civil Affairs teams, and the British Royal Marines. During this operation, Grom was tasked with assaulting the KAOT oil terminals. During this operation, there were no casualties, and explosives that were found were taken care of by Grom. A Grom sniper has also been involved in a close target reconnaissance operation with Det-1, while U.S. Navy SEAL Chris Kyle was assigned to JW Grom for 1 week in Baghdad as well. The training process to join this elite Special Forces unit is rigorous, and those soldiers who go through it do so with the best groups in the world. Psychological, physical, and durability tests all make up part of the initial testing stage to filter out those who don't make the cut. Those who do can move on to disciplines such as sniping, parachuting, anti-terrorism, and other special operations. Around 75% of those in Grom are trained paramedics or medics, and all soldiers also trained to capture and kill. Number 2. British SAS. It's of no wonder to anyone why the British Special Air Service appears on the list of the most elite forces in the world. Most of the Special Forces units around the world base their military model on that of the SAS, and even the US Delta Force unit founder spent time with the unit. The British SAS was founded in 1941 and became a corps in 1950. Their primary focus is on reconnaissance, counter-terrorism, hostage rescues, and direct action. Due to the sensitivity of what they do, this Special Forces unit is highly classified. There is limited information on what they actually do. What we can tell you, however, is that the SAS is made up of a regular and 2 reserve units with around 400 to 600 soldiers. There are 4 squadrons with 65 men in each, a major, and 4 troops commanded by captains. Each troop has typically around 16 men, with these separated into patrols of 4 men. In each patrol, each of the 4 men has a specialized skill. They might be a medic, in charge of demolition, or something else equally as important and essential for special operations. The British SAS never recruit from the general public, and the training program is intense. The only way to get into this Special Forces unit is by applying from the UK Armed Forces. Most candidates often have an airborne or commando background. During the twice-yearly selections, 200 candidates undergo a fitness test, with cross-country running against the clock, a 40-mile march, a 20-hour scale, and ascending of the tallest peak in South Wales, Pen y Fan. Candidates must also take part in combat survival exercises, battle plans, foreign weapons, a 4-mile run in 30 minutes, a 2-mile swim in under 90 minutes, and jungle phases in one of 3 areas. Finally, they must undertake a week-long escape and evasion exercise. During this exercise, the candidates form patrols and spend the next 36 hours in grueling conditions. Out of the 200 candidates who start, only around 20% will manage to scale and ascend Pen y Fan in the required time frame. After the escape and evasion exercise, about 30 men will remain. Those who make it through will be able to transfer to an operational squadron. For as long as the British SAS has been in existence, only men have been able to join. However, 2018 marked a recruitment policy change, and the first woman, a mother, applied for the 6-month selection course in May 2019. While she remains anonymous, she is thought to be experienced in covert operations in Afghanistan and had worked alongside the SAS before. The British SAS is a highly elite special force that has gained respect and honor around the world. Due to not only their engagement, they have been awarded several battle honors dating back to 1944. Number 1. Navy SEALs. At number 1 is the United States Navy Sea, Air, and Land SEAL teams. The Navy SEALs is the United States Navy's primary special operations force and part of the Naval Special Warfare Command. John F. Kennedy created the SEALs in 1962, and they are often noted as being the cream of the crop. The SEALs carry out special operations in all manner of terrains, including the water, jungles, Arctic, mountains, deserts, and your everyday urban environment. There is almost nothing this elite special force can't do. What's more, such as their experience and elite skill set, that the CIA recruit their operators from the SEALs. Some of their more unique tasks even include eliminating high-level targets, gathering intelligence, and forming joint operations. Since the 1960s, they have been involved in the Korean War, Grenada, the Iran-Iraq War, the Persian Gulf War, Panama, the war in Afghanistan, and Operation Enduring Freedom in the Philippines and Horn of Africa. Those who think their gaming skills put them in good stead for the Navy SEALs will be terribly mistaken. Before SEAL training can commence, a candidate must pass medical and physical screening, which can be quite challenging in itself. It includes things like swimming 500 yards in 12.5 minutes, 50 sit-ups in 2 minutes, and a 1.5-mile run in 10.5 minutes. Those who pass these tests can begin the rigorous Navy SEALs training regime. The attrition rate sits at approximately 80%, and formal training can take around 12 months, with warfare prep, parachuting, and more. While the SEAL Special Forces team was a male-only unit, that changed in 2015. It was decided that if a woman could pass the grueling basic training, they should be allowed to serve. However, in 2017, a woman who tried to become the first female Navy SEAL quit within 1 week of initial training. That goes to show just how grueling becoming part of an elite Special Forces can be. Do you think you have what it takes to get into any of the world's best Special Forces? Do you know anyone who has passed the training or has given it a go? Also, check out our other cool stuff showing up on the screen now. See you next time!